What if one of the most praised healthy drinks in America could quietly work against your body when mixed the wrong way? Every morning, thousands of older adults blend fresh beet juice believing they are helping their heart, improving circulation, and supporting their liver. And in many cases, they are. But here is the part almost nobody talks about. Beet juice is powerful enough that one seemingly harmless ingredient can change how your body responds to it. What looks like a healthy habit can suddenly become a source of bloating, stomach irritation, poor nutrient absorption, blood sugar spikes, or added stress on the kidneys. That matters even more after 60, when digestion becomes more delicate, kidney function may slow, and the body becomes less forgiving of daily food mistakes. Research from the National Institutes of Health has shown that beetroot contains natural nitrates that can support nitric oxide production, a key factor in healthy blood flow and vascular function. But the benefits of beet juice depend heavily on how it is prepared and what it is combined with. In today's video, we will walk through 7 beet juice combinations that may be doing more harm than good, especially for seniors. And before we finish, I'll also show you the safest and smartest way to drink beet juice so it truly supports your energy, heart, and longevity. If you care about aging well, comment Beet, like this video, share it with someone who drinks juice every day, and subscribe for more simple science-backed health tips. Combination number 1. Mixing beet juice with lemon. Let's begin with mixing beet juice with lemon. One of the most common combinations people assume is automatically healthy. On the surface, it sounds refreshing, cleansing, and rich in vitamin C. But for many older adults, this pairing can be harder on the body than expected. Beet juice already contains active plant compounds that are gentle for some people, but when a large amount of lemon is added, the drink becomes much more acidic. That sharper acidity may irritate the stomach lining, especially in seniors living with acid reflux, gastritis, or a sensitive digestive system. What should feel energizing can instead bring heartburn, nausea, or a sour, uneasy stomach. Here's another concern many people overlook. Beetroot contains valuable pigments and minerals that support circulation and healthy blood building, but digestion needs balance for those nutrients to be used. Well, too much lemon can throw off that balance. Some older adults notice they feel weak, lightheaded, or uncomfortable after this drink and never realize the lemon may be the reason. A small splash may be tolerated, but a heavy squeeze, half a lemon, or more is where problems usually begin. If you want your beet juice to stay senior-friendly, keep it simple. A few drops for flavor is enough. And if your stomach has become more delicate with age, skipping lemon altogether may be the kinder choice. Combination number 2. Mixing beet juice with honey or sugar. Now, let's talk about mixing beet juice with honey or sugar. This mistake is incredibly common because many people want to cover beetroot's earthy taste. A spoonful of honey feels natural. A little sugar seems harmless. But once concentrated sweetness is added, the drink changes in a very important way. Beet juice is valued largely because of its natural nitrates, which the body can convert into nitric oxide to support blood flow, stamina, and healthy blood pressure. When you turn beet juice into a sweet drink, you weaken the clean, functional quality that made it useful in the first place. For seniors, this matters even more. Added sugar can push blood glucose up quickly, then leave the body dealing with inflammation, fatigue, and unwanted strain on metabolism. For someone with diabetes, prediabetes, fatty liver, or kidney concerns, that daily habit can quietly work against the very health goals they are trying to support. Even honey, despite its healthy reputation, still behaves like a fast sugar for many people. The better path is to let your taste buds adapt slowly. Beet juice has its own natural sweetness when used in moderation. And if the flavor still feels too strong, soften it gently with cucumber, celery, or a small piece of green apple instead. That way, the drink stays supportive, lighter on the body, and far more helpful for healthy aging. Combination number 3. Mixing beet juice with orange. The next combination sounds even healthier to many people. Beet juice mixed with orange. After all, orange is associated with vitamin C, immunity, and freshness. But that healthy image can be misleading, especially for older adults. Orange juice is naturally high in fruit sugar and acid. When combined with beet juice, the result can become a drink that is much sweeter and more acidic than the body needs. For seniors with blood sugar instability, insulin resistance, or a sensitive stomach, That can mean a quick burst of energy followed by heaviness, bloating, or a sudden drop in comfort. There is also the problem of concentration. Whole fruit behaves differently from fruit juice. When you eat an orange, you also get fiber, which helps slow sugar absorption. But in juice form, that protection is largely gone. Now imagine pairing orange juice with beet juice, another concentrated plant drink. Instead of a balanced food, you get a fast-acting mixture that may be too intense for aging digestion and metabolism. Some people drink it thinking it is a perfect detox blend, while the body is actually working harder to handle the sugar load and acidity. This does not mean beet and orange can never appear in the same diet. It means they should not be treated like an everyday miracle drink, especially in large glasses. If you enjoy orange flavor, a much safer approach is to eat a few orange slices separately at another time of day and let beet juice remain simple and diluted. For many seniors, the less complicated the drink, the better the body responds. Combination number 4. Mixing beet juice with vinegar. Now, let's move to a combination that has become popular in detox culture. Beet juice with vinegar, especially apple cider vinegar. Many people believe this mix helps cleanse the liver, burn fat, and control blood sugar. But for seniors, this pairing can easily become too harsh. Beet juice already has active natural compounds, and vinegar adds another strong acidic load. Together, they may irritate the throat, stomach, and digestive tract, especially when taken on an empty stomach first thing in the morning. Older adults often have slower digestion, more medication use, and a greater chance of reflux or stomach sensitivity. In that situation, vinegar may not feel cleansing at all. It can trigger burning, stomach discomfort, or a lingering sour sensation that lasts for hours. Some people even confuse that irritation with the feeling of the drink working, when in reality the body is simply struggling with something too strong. And if a person is already dealing with ulcers, gastritis, or esophageal irritation, this habit can become especially unpleasant. There is another practical issue. Health trends often encourage people to stack multiple good ingredients together without thinking about total burden on the body. But the body, especially after 60, usually benefits more from gentleness than intensity. Beet juice does not need vinegar to be effective. In fact, stripping the drink down often makes it safer and more beneficial. If your goal is circulation and steady support, avoid turning beet juice into an acidic tonic. Simple usually wins. Combination number 5. Mixing beet juice with milk or dairy products. Now, let's talk about one of the worst combinations for many older adults. Beet juice mixed with milk or other dairy products. Some people do this in smoothies, assuming that adding milk makes the drink more nourishing, more complete, or easier to enjoy. But beet juice and dairy do not always sit well together. Beetroot contains natural compounds that can be harder to digest when blended into a rich, creamy drink, and milk adds heaviness that slows the stomach even more. For many seniors, this can lead to bloating, gas, fullness, and digestive discomfort that lasts much longer than expected. This becomes more important with age because the body often produces less lactase, the enzyme needed to digest milk sugar properly. That means even people who tolerated dairy well in younger years may begin reacting differently after 60. When milk is added to beet juice, the result can become a dense mixture that feels more like a burden than a health drink. Instead of feeling light, refreshed, and energized, some people end up tired, sluggish, or uncomfortably full. And if they already deal with slow digestion or mild lactose intolerance, the reaction may be even stronger. There is also a nutritional concern. Beet juice is often used for circulation and plant-based support, while dairy changes the nature of the drink entirely. It turns a functional vegetable juice into a heavier blended beverage that may not deliver the same clean effect people were hoping for. In some cases, the creamy texture simply encourages people to drink more than they need, which adds even more load to digestion. For seniors, that extra heaviness can quietly become part of a daily pattern of stomach upset. If you enjoy smoothies, it is better to keep beetroot separate from milk-based drinks. Let beet juice stay light, diluted, and easy on the system. And if you want something creamier, there are gentler options in small amounts, such as plain water with a bit of cucumber or celery on the side instead of forcing everything into one glass. The older we get, the more the body rewards simplicity, And when it comes to beet juice, simple is usually safer. Combination number 6. Mixing beet juice with spinach. Another combination that sounds extremely healthy is beet juice mixed with spinach. Many people hear the words beets and spinach and immediately think of iron, blood building, and a powerful green detox drink. But for many seniors, this combination deserves much more caution than people realize. Both beetroot and spinach are naturally high in oxalates, compounds that can contribute to kidney stone risk in susceptible individuals. When these two ingredients are concentrated into a juice, the oxalate load can become much higher than people expect from looking at a glass that seems small and harmless. That is especially important after 60, when kidney function may not be as strong as it once was, and the body may be less efficient at handling excess mineral byproducts. For someone with a history of kidney stones, kidney weakness, or even mild dehydration, drinking beet and spinach together regularly may create an unnecessary burden. Many older adults focus on the vitamins and completely overlook the concentration effect that happens during juicing. A full plate of vegetables is one thing. A condensed drink made from multiple servings in just a few minutes is another. There is also a digestion issue here. Spinach juice can be rough on some stomachs, especially when raw and combined with another intense vegetable like beetroot. Instead of feeling cleansed, some people end up with cramping, nausea, or a heavy sensation in the gut. And because this blend has such a strong health halo, they may keep drinking it despite the discomfort, assuming the reaction means the body is detoxing. In many cases, it simply means the drink is too concentrated and too aggressive. If you want the benefits of leafy greens, it is often better to eat spinach cooked in a normal meal rather than stacking it into beet juice. Seniors usually do better when these foods are spaced out instead of concentrated together. Beet juice can already be potent on its own. It does not need spinach to prove it is healthy. Combination number 7. Mixing beet juice with carrots. Finally, let's talk about beet juice mixed with carrots, a classic juice bar favorite and one of the most common homemade blends. It looks beautiful, tastes sweeter, and feels like the perfect vegetable drink. But that pleasant taste can hide a problem. Both beets and carrots contain natural sugars, and when juiced together, they create a drink that may be much sweeter than many older adults realize. Without the fiber of the whole vegetables, the body absorbs that sugar more quickly, which can be a concern for seniors with diabetes, prediabetes, or difficulty managing energy swings throughout the day. This is how a health habit becomes misleading. A person thinks, it's only vegetables, so it must be safe. But the body does not respond only to labels like vegetable or fruit. It responds to concentration, absorption speed, and total sugar load. A glass of beet and carrot juice may go down easily, but it can still push blood sugar up faster than expected, especially when consumed on an empty stomach. Some seniors notice they feel shaky, sleepy, or hungry again soon after drinking it, and never connect that reaction to the juice itself. Carrots also make the mixture more pleasant, which encourages larger servings. That may sound minor, but it matters. When something tastes sweeter and smoother, people naturally drink more of it. And with beet juice, bigger is not always better. Too much can mean more digestive strain, more sugar, and more burden on the kidneys for certain individuals. What begins as a colorful wellness drink can become an everyday excess. A safer choice is to keep portions small and avoid combining beet juice with other naturally sweet juices on a regular basis. If you still want a milder flavor, use more water and less beet, rather than stacking sweet vegetables together. The goal is not to make beet juice delicious at any cost. The goal is to make it useful, gentle, and sustainable for an aging body. So what is the real lesson here? Beet juice is not the problem. In the right amount, and in the right form, it can be a very helpful drink for circulation, stamina, and healthy aging. The problem begins when people assume that adding more healthy ingredients automatically makes it better. For many seniors, the opposite is true. The more complicated the mix becomes, the greater the chance of stomach irritation, sugar overload, kidney stress, or poor tolerance. What looks impressive in a blender is not always what works best inside the body. The safest way to drink beet juice is often the simplest way. Keep the portion modest, avoid loading it with acidic or sugary ingredients, and do not treat it like something to drink in large glasses every day without thinking about your own health conditions. For most older adults, a small amount of beet juice diluted with water is far gentler than a concentrated blend packed with fruit, vinegar, dairy, or high oxalate vegetables. Drinking it with awareness matters more than following a trend. And timing matters too. Many seniors do better when beet juice is taken in a small serving with or after food rather than on a completely empty stomach, especially if they are prone to nausea, acid reflux, or blood sugar swings. If you have a history of kidney stones, diabetes, digestive problems, or take medications that affect blood pressure, it is wise to be even more cautious and talk with your healthcare provider before making beet juice a daily habit. Healthy aging is not about copying every wellness trend. It is about learning what your body can actually handle and support over time. If there is one takeaway from today's video, let it be this. When it comes to beet juice, simple is smarter. Respect the ingredient. Keep the combinations gentle, and let your daily habits work with your body instead of against it. If you learned something new today, comment "simple" below. And tell me, have you ever mixed beet juice with any of these ingredients before? If this video helped you, like, share, and subscribe for more practical health guidance designed especially for adults over 60.